We're so pleased that you're with us on this Saturday morning because if it's Saturday, this is where the action is. Our president and founder is the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. The chairman of our board is the Reverend Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, senior pastor of Grace Baptist Church in Mount Vernon, New York. I'm Attorney Michael Hardy, who will be with you throughout the broadcast this morning. On the broadcast this morning, we are very pleased to have for our inspirational word segment the Reverend Xavier Goodwine. He's the senior pastor of Harmony Missionary Baptist Church in East Elmhurst, New York. Pleased to have him with us this morning. Also, of course, if it's Saturday, our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson, is in the house. And if it's Saturday, you know, we're going to come to you and ask what's on your mind. That's right, we want to know what's on your mind because there is so much going on, including the history-making efforts of National Action Network yesterday. So we want to know what's on your mind, and Sister Katrina Jefferson will be here with our What's on Your Mind segment. And if you want to get her a comment, you still can. You can email at what's on your mind at nationalactionnetwork.net. Of course, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton will be right here in the house with us, and he's getting ready to come to you. So call somebody. Tell them that, yes, indeed, the National Action Network Saturday Action is right here on the air, the House of Justice, fresh from Washington, D.C., and we are here ready for you. So call somebody, tell them to tune in because the action is on the air this morning. A lot going on, brothers and sisters, but I'm sure many of you saw and heard a history-making event yesterday in Washington, D.C. on August 28th. Hundreds of thousands of people joined us in Washington, D.C. for Get Your Knee Off Our Necks March for Justice. For 401 years, there were plenty of knees on the necks of blacks who came to this country. We marched and rallied at the Lincoln Memorial on the 57th anniversary of the historic March on Washington in honor of the anniversary of the March on Washington, the dream that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King so eloquently spoke about and demanded passage of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Amendment Act. For footage and full coverage of the march, please visit our website at www.nationalactionnetwork.net or log on to Dan's Facebook page at National Action Network to see clips of yesterday's historic event, and it truly was historic. And of course, we came in the name of the family of the victims, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, Jacob Blake, and so many others, to say that we are here and our demands will be heard. It was a tremendous day yesterday. Also, brothers and sisters, tune in to MSNBC Politics Nation with Al Sharpton. It's today, Saturday at 5 p.m. and tomorrow, Sunday at 5 p.m. And it will be a full show because of all of the events that are happening around the country, the conventions of both parties that just happened. So tune in to MSNBC's Politics Nation with Al Sharpton every Saturday and Sunday at 5 p.m. We welcome all of you who have joined us via live stream at nationalactionnetwork.net and also live on Facebook at nationalactionnetwork.net. If this is your first time joining us, and or if you are not a member of National Action Network, we welcome you and invite you to join us and get into the action today. For more information and to join, you may visit www.nationalactionnetwork.net, call 877-626-4651, or text the word NAN, N-A-N, to 59769. Welcome to all of you this morning. Right now, brothers and sisters, Minister marshal, one of the speakers yesterday at yesterday's historic march for our anti-violence report. He's a co-liaison to the chapters and to the president, Reverend Alan Sharpton. Good morning, National Action Network. My brothers and sisters, it's been a productive, historic weekend for man, but at the same time, it's been a destructive weekend in America, particularly in neighborhoods of color. In New York City, nearly 1,000 people have been shot. The number is shy of 300. Murder is unreal. But at the same time, it's a real moment of truth that we need gun control in this country. In New York City, we're nearly triple the amount of people shot in the number of days in a year. And the year is not over. Last weekend, 31 people shot throughout the 5 boroughs. This ugly reality is destroying families and communities. Allow me to put this in perspective. One headline in a local paper in New York said New York City took a break from gun violence with just one shooting. We're in some perilous times, brothers and sisters, when we can mention that only one shooting. But brothers and sisters, I submit to you today that even one shooting is too many. How can we go from hundreds of deaths a day from COVID to dozens of shootings at the same time? This is not a New York or Chicago issue. This is an American problem. When a black man by the name of Jacob Blake Jr. could be shot in the back 7 times in front of his children by police in Wisconsin, and in the same city, a 17-year-old white teenager carrying a military-style semi-automatic weapon and ammunition can walk past the police in the same city without being questioned. This is an American problem. The same teenager killed 2 people and injured several others, yet he's able to walk, he's able to talk, and have his day in court. Brothers and sisters, police violence is still violence. And so in closing, let's also be conscious and accountable for what we do to ourselves. We now live in a society where babies are being gunned down, and it's a one-day story. It's a one-day story because nowadays babies getting shot is a regular occurrence. So I'll leave you with this. While we're working to get legislation on gun reform, which NAN has been fighting for years, we must deal with our own family. Because even if they ban guns today, brothers and sisters, unfortunately, we will adopt another tool to carry out our hate against one another. No justice. Right now, brothers and sisters, our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to feel victory during the pain. No matter how you feel, the word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. Sometimes you have to speak the word over yourself. Depression is all around. Oh, but God is a present help. Well, the enemy created war, but we're in a giant let you go. Speak over yourself. All you gotta do is speak over yourself. No matter what it looks like, speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. That's our musical director, brothers and sisters, Minister Tyrone Richardson, accompanied by Chris Garland. The NAN Youth Huddle moves online due to the COVID-19 pandemic. National Action Network's Youth Huddle meetings will be online. Continuing this Monday, August 31st, the huddle will meet virtually from 7 to 9 p.m. Please spread the word to have your youth join the call and get into the action with your youngest and brightest, dreamers of today and leaders of tomorrow. To RSVP for more information on the Youth Huddle virtual experience, you can call us at 877-626-4651 or email Nan at youthhuddle@gmail.com. Also, become a member of National Action Network. Membership is vital to the growth of our organization, its members and supporters that keep NAN prospering so that we can reach the needs of the people we fight for every day. Whether it's attending a protest rally or demonstration, volunteering an hour of your time in one of our offices, or chairing your own committee, it is you that keeps NAN moving and developing. We appreciate your interest and commitment in our fight to pursue justice. If you're not a member, please join today. Log on to our website at www.nationalactionnetwork.net to join the movement today. Brothers and sisters, also, our crisis director, William Allen, will normally be here, and he's one of those that are traveling back from Washington, D.C., but we know our crisis department is crucial to the work here at National Action Network. Additionally, we are coming back in September with our legal night. You know, we always take a break in August, but in September, the last Thursday of the month will be legal night right here at National Action Network. So call 877-626-4651, 877-626-4651 to become part of the crisis department. Ask to speak to the Honorable William Allen. He's our National Director of Crisis every day. And if you look at the march that we just attended, the families of George Floyd, Jacob Blake, so many of those have reached out to Reverend Sharpton through the crisis department. Sometimes people call right here at the House of Justice before they call 911, which is why some folks call the Rev 911, because the crisis work here at National Action Network is crucial. And we've seen, and one of the things that were protested is the response that police have when we call 911 in our communities, which is why we stood up yesterday to call for the Justice Act, the George Floyd Justice Act, and the Voting Rights Amendment Act, because we need to be able to have the same services that everyone else is entitled to. We should not be afraid, as Reverend Sharpton says, of the cops and the robbers. So become part of the crisis work. Call William Allen at 877-626-4651 and join us in the work that we do. I sometimes say it's miracle work that Reverend Sharpton does with some of these families, and be a part of our crisis department. All right. We want to know what you know. And Katrina Jefferson is here to ask, what's on your mind? Sister Katrina Jefferson.
Well, good morning, good Saturday morning, and welcome to another weekend conversation of What's on Your Mind, where you, the people, you, the community, you, the membership base, have the opportunity to interact through dialogue with the National Action Network. You are more than welcome and encouraged to send your comments, your feedbacks, your thoughts, your concerns to What's on Your Mind at nationalactionnetwork.net. Again, that email address is What's on Your Mind at nationalactionnetwork.net, or you are more than welcome to call us at 877-626-4651, and we will accept your feedback there. We're going to begin this week's conversation with a poem from our member Cheryl Jones, and it is titled Justice for Breonna Taylor. We are tired, worn out, can't you see? No non-warrant law used to kick in the door. This killed a 26-year-old beautiful young black woman eating an EMT. The police officers didn't state who they were or say one word. On top of that, dressed in plain clothes, how absurd. Breonna Taylor was shot 8 times while in her bed to death. How many excuses do you murderers actually have left? We cry with her family in the city of Louisville. We have to bury more Black members of our family still. Brianna was an essential worker with the goal of being a nurse. This insensitive criminal behavior took that dream away, of course. It took 2 whole months after this tragedy for the governor in Louisville to suspend the no-knock law indefinitely. We need this law in every state to be permanently banned. Civil rights and justice in this land, with liberty and justice for all. And that was, again, Justice for Breonna Taylor from Cheryl Jones. So we'll go to our audience for the next one. Good morning. Give us your name and tell us the borough or city and state that you reside in. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for that. My name is Chaplain Sandra Mitchell, and I am the education chairperson here at the borough. Is the Boogie Down Bronx, where we're going to boogie up. And I'm born here in Harlem. Harlem is my mecca. And what's on my mind this morning is that I attended the march on yesterday, and it was very humbling, but also very enlightening, and also very making me understand that I need to do more, and I want to bring consciousness to others who may just be sitting on the sidelines, commentating. This is the National Action Network, and we can't just sit by. Our people are being gunned down, our people are just being wiped off the face of the earth. And it humbled me, and also it inspired me and empowered me to understand that it's up to us. We have the responsibility for our ancestors who have bled and died, and for those who have recently had their blood shed with the shootings and the killings. So we need to educate ourselves, we need to educate our families, we need to stand up together. And God is watching us, and He's waiting on us. So instead of saying, God bless America, He's already blessed us. We have the responsibility to carry this mantle forward. So I just want to thank you for that. I just want to raise your consciousness and never think that you're too small or whatever else that you can do. You can come here and get instructions on what to do in order to help us live with justice and freedom. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And we'll close out this week's segment with sharing one of our founders and president's inspirational messages. If any of you follow him on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, you know every morning, 365, he posts an inspirational message. And sometimes it's in 2 parts and 3 parts, or it's 2 different messages, but we'll share one from, I believe it was from last Saturday, August 22nd. People believe what you do, not what you say. I've been a preacher all my life, but words without doing something, without action, are not believable or as meaningful. But when I stopped and struggled and began building media platforms in television and radio, building some achievable legislative change in the city, state, and nation, I became more believable, even to myself. Don't just work on your speech. Work on making things happen in whatever area of life that you're in. People watch what you do, not what you say. And that concludes this week's segment of What's on Your Mind. Keep in mind, everything that was shared here was simply the thoughts and perspectives of you, the people, you, the community, and do not reflect the thoughts and perspectives of the National Action Network. We encourage you to dialogue with us throughout the week and certainly be a part of next week's conversation by emailing What's on Your Mind at nationalactionnetwork.net. Again, that email address is What's on Your Mind at nationalactionnetwork.net, or you can call us at 877-626-4651. Back to you, the great and honorable Attorney Hardy.
All right, thank you, Katrina Jefferson. And we knew what was on her mind yesterday. She was working diligently for the historic March on Washington, and we appreciate her for that. But right now, brothers and sisters, once again, our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson.
I just wanna praise you forever and ever and ever for all done for me. Blessings and glory and honor
accompanied by Chris Garland. You're listening to the National Action Network Saturday Action Rally, coming to you live on WLIB 1190 AM in New York. We're streaming to you across the country on a number of platforms, including Facebook and nationalactionnetwork.net. Call somebody. Tell them the action is on the air. The Reverend Dr. Alan Sharpton is in the house and getting ready to come to you. We'll take our first break. When we come back, it'll be our inspirational word with the Reverend Xavier Goodwine, Senior Pastor of Harmony Ministry Baptist Church in East Elmhurst, New York. So you stay right there, because we'll be right back. All right. Arnold Penix, Arts and Culture.
Good morning, man, family. This is Arnold Penix, a.k.a. Gregory Harris, and this is the NAN Arts and Culture Report. In NAN Arts News, Black Panther actor Chadwick Boseman, has passed due to complications from colon cancer, in which he had been battling for over 4 years. He rose to fame playing historical and entertainment icons Jackie Robinson, Billy Marshall, and James Brown. Boseman was 43 years old. Rest in power, King. Now, as a culture, got on the bus to D.C. On August 28th, 57th anniversary for the March on Washington. Each rider was gifted a Black Folk Must Vote button and a postcard which had written